This is one of the most important updates in the entirety of the Fun Pimp's existence. No pressure. I promise I'll be honest. Good luck. Hello, hello, hello. What's happening? Good morning, good morning, good morning. The developers have released update 2.5 Survival Revival. If you don't know, they basically removed most of the survival out of 2.0, and we're now sitting at 2.4 after several months of scrutiny. So they're bringing survival back to their survival game, which is good. In their original patch notes and the last video I did, there was a few things missing, and I have a few things to add. Otherwise, I went through all this shit already, and I'm just going to jump into the game. The first thing to note is that you don't have to start a new game, although they encourage it. And if you're crafting anything, you need to cancel whatever it is you're crafting just to play it safe. A jar refund option menu has been added, which I could literally just go show you, so we'll talk about that in a second. This is what I really want to throw out there, because this comment from Mad Mole, not only is it excellent news and it's very positive, but it also shows us what we can expect in the future for 7 Days to Die. So let me read that now. We're adding sandbox options in 2.8. So they're already talking about 2.8. and we're only on 2.5 now. So if you wanted to know, bandits are going to be delayed. I added vending machines are broken, quote unquote, as an option due to your suggestion, referring to Sling Blade. You could pause the screen if you want to read that. Although that will make candy obsolete unless we add a way to find it. I mainly like the elixirs, but the rockbusters and salvage ones are great. We already have trader options planned, as well as item archetype abundancy options. For instance, mechanical parts. You can give them a 100% chance to spawn, or you can give them like a 1% chance to spawn in loot. So you'll be able to fine-tune to your heart's content what your idea of balance should be. And yes, this should help us balance the discrepancy between single player and multiplayer. I also have it on pretty high authority that the two brothers, Rick and Joel. Rick is the moneymaker RPG microtransaction guy, and Joel is the hardcore survival fan. So less Rick, more Joel, but he also needs to stop arguing on Reddit. Let's jump into the game. Restrict camera mode. This is their third person. Restrict players from playing in first or third person. So your three options are disabled, first only, or third only. So this helps with the PvP servers. I'm glad they did that. That's a good add. This jar refund percentage option is excellent, 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 excellent. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Cheers. They did warn us that our keybinds would all reset, so I'll see you in about 45 minutes. Toggles between camera, first person or third person. So there is no keybind right off the bat. So theoretically I could put it on my mouse wheel if I wanted. Q? No, that's God mode. I'm gonna need that. So what fucking button are they gonna plan on putting it on if it doesn't come with one? How about in? In is skills. Okay, that's fine. Confirm. Apply. All right, so third person. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's not broken at all. That's pretty good though. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. So I'm walking forwards, but I'm moving backwards, but I can't sprint. I don't see myself ever using this. I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. This third person, man, this third person camera is going to be a game changer. Let me see what happens when I'm like in a POI, man. It actually doesn't feel too bad. I mean, I'm not a third person fan. It's all right. You have to get used to it. All right, let's find the button. Swap camera side is middle mouse button. So you do have to bind your own key though, so there's that. Third person, we'll check that shit off the list. Dew collector. We want to know if the dew collector is going to require jars to fill it. It does not, so it magically invents jars. Got it. Okay. It should require jars. I mean, it should require jars. So yeah, same thing. Oh look, there's a new animation for it. God, it's slow as fuck though. Yeah, dude. Wow. All right, so let's grab some jars. They're stackable by 10. I think that's good. Do they always vanish after use, or is there an occasional recovery? There's a slider. It's an optional slider. You can set it to 0% so you never get the jar back, or you can set it to 100% so you always get the jar back. I think that's legit. I think that's like the way they should have done it. And I still think they should take it out of loot, and we'll see what it's like to craft the jar. It's 31 sand and 6 clay. They said it was going to be gate kept by the crucible, so we're going to find that out as well. Crucible required. That is correct. I think that's ridiculous, man. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. By the time I get to a crucible, I will have 45 dew collectors and all of the water I could ever need to do anything I ever wanted, and I will never craft jars probably. But maybe that's the point, dude. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they didn't want them really to be craftable, you know? The jars take 15 seconds to craft per at your very base level. Dew collector is 16 forge books, I think. Well, it's actually 15 because they give you start at 1. So in 2.4 or in previous versions, you would unlock the dew collector after like 2 or 3 books. You unlocked the dew collector before you unlocked the forge. The slider on jar returns is going to make a world of difference with jars. I don't want to talk about fucking jars anymore. Vehicle storage improvements and mods. Each vehicle by default will now support 1 additional storage column for more storage slots. Bicycle is 1, mini bike is 3, motorcycle is 4, gyrocopter is 5, 4x4 truck is 9. Yeah, so they changed all the vehicles to have 10 rows and then, or 10 columns and then however many rows. So 10, 20, 30, 40. The bicycle has 10 slots. The mini bike has 30 slots. The motorcycle has 40 slots. The 4x4 has 90, and the gyrocopter has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 slots. We're adding vehicle storage mods that will increase any vehicle storage capacity by 1 row, which will increase a storage capacity by 10 slots. Each vehicle can hold up to 2 vehicle storage mods for a total increased storage capacity of 20 slots. That's a lot, man. If I install these both into the bicycle, I'll be able to carry the same amount as a mini bike. That is in fact the case. Vehicle storage mod is locked behind the schematic. Okay. So you have to find the schematic. And if you do find the schematic, it's 10 forged iron, 20 scrap polymers, 10 leather, and 8 mechanical parts. Okay, I can get behind that. They say when you install a vehicle storage mod, you will see your vehicle visibly change, just like for the the cooking pot. Oh, it did change. Oh shit! I didn't even look at that. I didn't even notice. It added these the little baskets there for the mini bike. It adds it adds a couple of ice chests. I mean, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's cool. Oh, can you add 3 of them on this one? No, it said 2, but we're gonna put it to the test. Right, so you can only put 2. Just a couple of saddlebags. Yep, that's exactly right. If they want to lean into these DLCs, you know, some of these little customizations are gonna be what does it. I don't think they're done. Yeah, they need to retire, but they're not going to. All right, so for the truck, gotcha. Just a couple of Home Depot totes on the roof. A couple of straps, beautiful. I don't see a change. Oh yeah, there it is. I see it. Little saddlebags, same thing. Yeah, basically the same thing. The new lore-friendly Rancher and Chuck zombie. Oh, okay, he hits pretty damn hard. So this is Chuck. Regular Chuck has 558. Charged Chuck is 1982. Radiated Chuck is 1500. Feral Chuck is 862. Zombie Radiated Rancher has 1800. Feral has 1020. The Zombie Rancher Charged has 1744. And they hit hard. Yeah, we know that they hit hard. You still can't intercept the rocks. So let's see it. They used to be able to throw rocks 42 blocks. So, okay, yeah, here it comes. Yeah, that's insane. There's really not a whole lot to say because those are just reskinned Frostclaw and Plague Spitter. They still throw rocks. They still shoot bees. Bees? Let's mess with the bees. I want to see if they still are considered an armored entity, which they are, which is why bullets don't really work very well on them. You have to have some AP ammo going. Yeah. They're armored. They're an armored entity still. So they had like 8 HP, and it took 1 bullet for each. But if you use armor piercing, so 1 shot from an AP round will just demolish them. Next, brand new smell system. Let's fuck with this smell system a little bit. So the smell system is super in depth, and it might actually warrant its own video, but it's a thing. Let's just go over the very basics. Having 5 or more raw meat in your inventory will create a smell. So it doesn't look like grilled meat does anything. Doesn't look like charred meat does anything, or boiled meat, or even meat stew. So I have 5 meat on me, and I have an orange nose. It counts down from 10, and when it gets to 0, it starts stacking. Your scent is starting to spread. This may attract attention from enemies that are faster than normal. Odors carry further outdoors. Wrap raw meat into a bundle to conceal the smell. So let's see what the recipes are for that. Raw meat bundle is paper and plant fiber. I like that it's readily available because almost every mailbox has paper in it. Usually plant fiber right next to it. So craft up a raw meat bundle, and it takes what, 5-6 seconds to make. Got it. So it makes us a nice little package. Shit, between this and a couple of campfires, I could have a serious XP farm going. The more meat you have on you, the further you smell for. Apparently, if you get into the water and rinse yourself off and clean yourself, you smell less. So let's see what that looks like. And then let's also see if water still infinitely duplicates itself. It probably does. So if I've got a bucket of water and I want to dump it out, is it going to clean me? Oh my God, look at that. I'm wet. So you put it down, and then you take one of the corners and it leaves one, and then you put it down again, take one of the corners. So water is infinite. It has always done this. It's done this since, I think it's done this since Alpha 16. Nice. When I do have meat on me, I can jump into like a swimming pool and it'll get rid of the smell, but it'll make me wet, which will make me cold, which makes me extremely slow. Okay, you guys are doing good. You guys are doing good. I can't believe that any of these things came into question. Oh, should we remove that? Should we remove hot and cold and wet from our survival game? I can't believe any of that shit came into question, to be honest with you. So if you have 50 meat on you, your smell distance is 100 meters. The maximum is 100. Just for visual, this is 100 meters here. Far as fuck, man. Seriously, if I'm in the middle of the road here, they can smell me all the way, basically almost as far as I can see in all directions. 45 pieces of meat should be 90 meters, which it is. But if I cut that in half, 23 meat should be 46, and then half of that again. So 12 meat is 24, 6 should be 12, 3 should be 6, and so on and so forth. So doing the test so you don't have to. It is in fact double. 5 meat, 10 meters. Consuming food now causes smell, so you need to be careful when and what you eat. Many consumables now have a smell distance stat. I honestly think that's fucking stupid. So this is all of the food in the game. I'm just gonna do a quick run through. Bacon and eggs has a smell distance of 50. So I eat bacon and eggs one time outside and they could smell me for 50 meters. I'm now inside and bacon and eggs gives me a smell distance of 10 meters instead of 50. It's best to eat inside. Baked potato is 10. Blueberry pie is 25. Boiled eggs is 50. Boiled meat is 25. Cat food is 25. Can of chili is 25. Can of dog food is 25. Can of miso is 25. Can of pasta is 25. Pears is 25. Peas is 25. Salmon is 25. Sham is 25. Can of stock is 25. Tuna is 25. Charred meat is 25. Chicken ration 25. Chicken soup 25. Chili dog is 50. Cornbread is 10. Fish tacos is 50. Grilled corn is 10. Grilled meat is 25. Gumbo stew is 50. Hobo stew is 50. Honey brisket smell distance is 100. Honey glazed sham is 50. Lamb rations 25. Large beef rations 25. Old sham sandwich 50. Pumpkin bread 25. Pumpkin cheesecake 25. Pumpkin pie 25. Sham chowder 50. Shepherd's pie 50. Spaghetti 50. Bacon potatoes 50. Tuna fish gravy toast 50. Vegetable stew 50. Good Lord, with this new honey brisket, which is pretty OP, gives you 141 food, 70 health, 40 maximum stamina bonus, cures your infection, but has a smell distance of 100. Honey brisket, that actually sounds yums for sure. I just got a jar back for that. Honey brisket. Do you see that? They used the jar of honey and they copied it and they pasted it. So now the honey brisket gives you a fucking jar back. Who fucking tested this? Who play tested this and was like, oh, no, honey brisket? I guarantee you, whoever play tested this never played it far enough into the game to actually organically make a honey brisket. Anyway, so honey brisket is one of the new recipes. We're going to go over those in a minute. What else about smells? Consuming multiple items in a row will cause a combined smell distance. Fucking annoying, dude. Let's do the honey brisket. If I eat one honey brisket inside, I will smell for 20 meters. If the honey brisket has a smell distance of 100 when I'm outside and 20 when I'm inside, then basically you can assume that when you're inside, it'll give you an 80% reduction, or it'll give you only 20% of the smell distance. Okay, so it's still staying at 20. I think this might be the wrong thing to be using because it has the maximum smell distance. Let me try something else. And we're gonna fuck around and find out. It seems to me like the maximum smell distance when you're inside is 20. So even when I put 125 raw meat on me, the maximum is 20. Okay, good to know. But when I'm outside, that's a different story, yeah? But the maximum is always gonna be 100 no matter what. So if the maximum distance for one chili dog is 50, but what if I eat two? Is it gonna go to 100? Yeah. I can't say that I like that. It's alright, dude. It's fine. I mean, zombies are easy. It's gonna change Insane Nightmare, though. Ow. You could always jump into a pool, though, and clean yourself off. But then you'll be wet and you'll get cold, which will hurt your stamina. And I don't know if y'all have noticed, but they put down in the bottom left there, new UI, they put the food and the water under the health and the stamina bar instead of under the toolbar, the hot bar. The flatulence the player makes from dysentery will cause a smell. I think we get the gist of the smell. There's a lot to it. When smells reach zombies, they will randomly detect the smell, move in that direction at the desired smell run speed setting, which basically means AI smell mode sets how fast zombies move when they detect a smell. Off disables smells. So if you don't like the smells at all, you can turn it off. Or you can turn it to walk, jog, run. So we'll put them on Nightmare and we'll see what that looks like. I like that the smell is optional. So I'm just out here in the middle of the wasteland. Here she comes. So it does work on dire wolves, obviously. That might be an interesting playthrough. Yeah, that might be an interesting playthrough. I'm so glad to be done with the smell thing. I couldn't care less, to be honest with you. Next, biome hazards, storms, temperature, and protective clothing. The biome hazards, storms, temperature, and protective clothing now all act independently, creating a more dynamic and unpredictable struggle against the elements. Here are the changes and additions. Let's just skip right ahead to what everybody wants to see. Protective clothing. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, basically. You have 3 tiers of quality: tattered, patchwork, and thermocore. And the idea is to prevent you from being hot or being cold. And that's it. That's all I could really tell you about it. Like the level 6 thermocore kind of outfit is 6 cold and 6 heat resist, versus like a level 1 lowest of the low tattered undergarments is 1 and 1 on the heat and cold resist. So on the bottom left it says that it's 49 degrees, which I'm a little cold, right? But on the top it has my temperature outside. My ambient temperature would be 27 degrees. So if I take off like this level 6, theoretically it should change by 6 degrees. That's exactly right. I just learned something. Yeah. So anything under 50 degrees and your screen starts to go crazy, and this little thing pops up saying that you're cold. They really are from the desert, aren't they? 50 degrees is when it is the cutoff. And obviously they added cold and heat back. So hold the torch. 50 degrees is the cutoff. I didn't know that. Now I do. They added cold, they added heat, they added wetness, they've added the smell. Lots of good things here. Lots of good things here. I'm not going to go deeper into the clothing. We can do that in a playthrough. It did look like it was not craftable, though. It is definitely not craftable. These things make sense. Hot debuffs have 2 levels of severity. This is basically exactly what it was in Alpha 16, but in Alpha 16, you got hot, then you started sweltering, and then you got heat stroke. And if you were cold, you got cold, then you got freezing, and then you got hypothermia. So fun pimps, I know you fucking hate my guts, but you're all up in my ass, man. So I know you're here. So you need to add hypothermia and you need to add heat stroke to this. And both things should take your health away. Yeah, add those 2 things back, and I think we'll be right back on track with the weather, the temperature. So far, judging by what I've seen, it feels good again. It actually feels better than it did before. So that's good. Kudos to you on that. I wish that it was aesthetic. I wish I could put on some thermocore socks, like a shitty wife beater, some thermals, some shitty socks, and a shitty beanie. The Apiary. Okay. So the Apiary unlocks at workstation level 30. So if you want to mess with your multiplayer friends, it's a good way to do it. With like, even with friendly fire off, if somebody's standing next to the apiary, you could just go like this. And then run, if you can. And then get in your helicopter and then drive away. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. First chance I get. You have to fuel it with flowers, goldenrod, chrysanthemum, or cotton. So the smoker makes it to where they don't get crazy and attack you, like you saw. The brood box doubles the quantity of honey production when installed in the apiary, and the extractor increases the rate of honey production when installed in the apiary. It's a dew collector. What else was it gonna be? They definitely took this from Darkness Falls. Chicken coop. I thought they might have slipped it in there, a little sneaky. No, they didn't. They did not secretly slip the chicken coop in. So the apiary is going to cost 5 beeswax, which is harvested in tree stumps or found in loot drops from the new Rancher Zombie, formerly the Plague Spitter. Leaning Tower of Rancher Zombies. Kill them all. Oh, that's a new loot bag, isn't it? I wonder what the percentage chance is. There it is. So I got some beeswax from him. Oh, you see that? I got some tattered glove liners in that loot bag. I got another beeswax from him and another. Okay, so it's fairly common, it seems. So that's one place to get it. Here's a fun tip. If you oh shit, I don't want to do the basics of survival, man. Fuck. I got to. I have to. If you go into your challenges, bottom left, the honey challenge, if you track it, it'll show all the stumps in the world. And then you'll see there's one right here. So I'll just because I'm here and we're fucking around and we're testing, I'll just go ahead and drop a pin right there. That's close enough. See how far it shows for. 50? We're gonna call it 50. Yeah, 50 meters. Tree stumps still spawn bees. Do they still give you honey? Because if you're gonna spawn bees on me, you better give me some damn honey. Hopefully it doesn't take me an hour like it did last time. Damn it. Okay, I got a jar of honey. Cool, got it. And it does still cure the infection. So basically all of my questions just got answered with that one stump. Yes, you can still get honey from stumps. If you get bees, you get honey 100% of the time. So the apiary is 5 beeswax. Okay, so that's kind of hard to get. Loot bags from the plague spitter guy definitely seems to be the one. Wood, nails, forged iron, 8 duct tape, which is kind of pricey. And it's locked behind workstations level 30. By the time you were able to make an apiary, you're going to be so strong and good with armor and good with guns and weapons. You're going to have all your points allocated properly, and you're probably not going to need honey at that point. Unless you want to make the new recipes, which is probably why they added them in the first place. So tree stumps have a 20% chance of giving you honey and a 10% chance of beeswax and a 10% chance of bees. Key binding changes and improvements. The quick hold menu. Hold this button to bring up a radial menu of various actions, including changing the camera's perspective. There it is. Oh, it's the tittle. Yeah, it's a tilde. It's this. See? That thing over there. So I can set it to change the camera or toggle attachment. But I can also hold it down, drop tool belt item, change camera, no active attachments. Let's get like a flashlight. So if I put a flashlight on this little sniper rifle here, I can click it to turn it on and off. Drop tool belt item. Interesting. But G does that too. So I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they added that. I think, dude, I would have been fine with this if they would have gotten rid of G. Like, why the fuck is that even a button, man? I've lost my shit before. So yeah, I can change my camera with this radial menu, and I could turn my weapon flashlight on or off, or my like laser light on or off. I imagine they're probably going to add some more stuff to this menu. Gamepad and console changes and improvements. Additional bindings for individual tool belt slots and menu shortcuts have been added. These are left unbound by default, but are there should you want to use them in your custom controller layouts, etc. So the zoom in and zoom out for the variable scope is now disabled on console. Console gets shit on again. 2 hours and 7 minutes. It's a big update, guys. Yeah, this is a big update. Turret systems have been significantly enhanced for more flexible base defense, which means that I could put AP and high power ammo in their SMG turret. Let's go shotgun turret. Now, I'm not going to do anything fancy here. I'm just going to daisy chain these, but I could just hear all you elitist fucking 14,000 hour assholes in the comment section talking about how, oh, you shouldn't wire them that way. Well, I got news for you. Eat a dick. Oh my god, noob. What are you, a noob? Okay, so we have the SMG turret. We got the regular HP ammo and AP ammo in this one. Then shotgun turret, regular shells, the breaching shells, and then the AP shells. Just spawn a bunch of zombies. Cover your ears, or not, whatever. Let's do a bunch of Arlene's. It fired, this one fired, and I see you. These ones did not fire because I don't have enough power. Alright, so they all have power now. All three of them definitely shot. With the regular one, actually shot the most amount of ammo. It shot 10 more ammo than the others. I typically would deep dive into that because that's just what I do. We'll do some more Feral Arlene's. 25 of them. Whoops. Well, that's one way to find out, eh? I didn't get that Q button. So this is a new glitch. If you are playing PvP and you think that somebody's got like a little underground base right next to you, you could always die on purpose. And then when you spawn back, it'll put you underground. One thing I noticed is it doesn't give you the option to spawn on your backpack anymore. I think that's a ghost change that they made, is when you die, you don't spawn on your backpack. Dude, it put me several hundred meters away. Right, so we were testing the shotguns. 138 out of 150, 138 out of 150, 141 out of 150. All three of them fired. That's a great change. That is a W change for sure. The starter quest and the opening trader routes quest will only direct players to traders that have the highest number of nearby quests by them or near cities. This one is kind of hard to test, so we're going to skip it. The traders will now show up to 7 quests in each tier's list. They're going to make me do the intro to buried supplies first. Fucking bastards.
You'll find yourself on the wrong end of a rope.
If I'm being honest, I think the intro to buried supplies is kind of an insulting gatekeep, to be honest. I think it's annoying. How are you going to give us, what, 1 empty jar, White River supplies, some rotting flesh, and a Sam sandwich? And spawn a bunch of zombies on us? Like, get out of here, man. I've never liked that quest. I've always thought that quest kind of sucked. Here we go. Do you have any jobs? Ugh. What mod did they rip that off from? You know what? I don't even care if they did rip it off. Dude, I will take it. I love that. It tells you what POI it is without having to click on it, which is, I always thought was super cumbersome. It tells you what it is, how far it is, what direction it is, and there's more of them. W. Now, if we could just replace Trader Wrecked with Trader Rob, then we got it, man. So, new recipes. We've already been through 2 of them. We've kind of messed with both of them, but let's look at them. Honey glazed sham and honey brisket and honey tea. So the honey tea gives you 8 food, 24 water, 15% stamina regen, cures your dysentery by 20%, and cures your infection. Wow, that honey tea is looking pretty good, isn't it? Unlocked at food 14, goldenrod, honey, and water. One thing that's apparent to me is that goldenrod is probably going to be the thing that you're going to want to feed your apiary, because you can plant a whole field of goldenrod. The goldenrod will fuel the apiary, and whatever is like left over from your farm, you can use it to make honey tea, which gives you a good reason to farm. Let's see, the honey glazed sham, food 98, health 49, maximum stamina is 30, cures your infection by 5%, and smell distance is 50. The honey tea doesn't have a smell distance either, I notice. It unlocks at level 59 food, and then the honey brisket, a whopping 141 food, 70 health, 40 stamina, 5% cure infection with a 100 smell distance, which is crazy. And that's unlocked at level 80 food, which I'll never make it to. I'll be bored and dead by then. New character window rendering. So the new character rendering is this. Yeah, that's it. That's I don't know what else to tell you. New food and water bars with stats. You'll see that down at the bottom left down here. The food and the water is under the health and stamina. That's a decent change. I didn't mind it before though, so I mean, it's whatever. Change log, dude, I have no idea. There's a ton of shit. There are thousands of lines of XML code that changed. I believe it. Do you think that the fun pimps should call it quits? Do you think they should retire? Jed, what's up? You sell meds, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have no acetol? Oh yeah, I have no acetol. I know. Yeah, Jen's not gonna be out yet. They're gonna do that for Christmas, as Petra says. Do collector recipe now has increased crafting requirements. Okay. Yeah, I remember it was 100 polymer. Now it's 200 polymer. Oh my god, it doubled. 8 duct tape, 30 pipes, 200 polymer. I like my new cam. What do you guys think? Oh my god, look at that. I didn't know. I would have never caught this. Replaced all murky water found in loot with empty jars. Toilets are all dried up, no longer have murky water or empty jars. Lowered the lead cost of ammo. Lowered the lead and iron cost of ammo, the turret ammo. Removed the workbench requirement for junk turret shell. Moved cement mixer to workstation crafting level 35. Workbench moved to unlock at level 9, forge ahead. Lockpicks moved to unlock at 10. Do collector moved to unlock at 15, forge ahead magazines. Updated localization to reflect changes to workstation progression. Increased starving and dehydration damage, reducing time to death. So they changed it. I don't think I could do my series. They did change it. From full HP, 100 HP, you die in 14 minutes and 30 seconds, which is much shorter than before. New Rancher Zombie has a chance to drop a special bag containing beeswax crafting item, updated colliders and the XML on round and square clothing racks to make them easier to loot while allowing projectiles to pass through them. That's actually a good thing. I've had that problem looting those things at the Savage Country. Restored wetness, hot and cold buffs, and adjusted logic. Updated storm buff icon to use a biome thematic icons such as burning tree, sun, snowflake, and radiation. Show the temperature in the buff pop out. Adjusted temperatures for storms in all biomes. Campfires, forges, and chem stations now warm the player when cold. Torches, candles, flaming projectiles, Molotov cocktails, and the burning shaft mod now warm the player when cold. This is good. This is good. Clothing now provides heat and cold resistance. Yucca juice smoothies provide heat resistance. Coffee and blackstrap coffee provide cold resistance. Most recipes use grilled meat instead of raw meat. Man, this shit really needs to get read. There's a lot of stuff in this little thing. Biohazard and storm timers reset on player death to help prevent taking damage right away on respawn. Vehicle inventory square size reduced to accommodate vehicle mod. I noticed that. Optimized AI destroy area block scanning. Oh shit. AI destroy area has a shorter start delay and now checks 4 quadrants. Improved AI destroy area handling of end path, what it targets, and how it attacks. They be fucking with the destroy area a lot, and there's some stuff in the last few updates that I haven't been able to really put my finger on. Increased quality 6 primitive armor to have 2 mod slots. That's a really good change. That's going to be helpful. That's the update. Yeah, there's a lot to it, and I'm gonna comb through some of this, and I'm gonna start a playthrough probably in just a few hours. Over the next few days, I'll get this thing edited down. I was gonna do a starvation playthrough, but they fixed the food, so I don't think I can anymore. Guys, cheers. Have a lovely day. All in all, I think I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give this update a 7.5 out of 10. There's a couple of things that I still see that are kind of antagonistic